Greetings, everyone. You've got it live on Tuesday night coverage of the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see the Bulls and the Hawks. And in Chicago to start out, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So the Bulls 5 right now. Aldridge out there with Marc Gasol. Then there's Artest. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Irving in at the point guard position. Wittman against Butler. Here's Wilkins. Misses the reverse.
Now that's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
No, exactly, Greg. Especially when the ball is that deep inside. You've got to respect how he altered that shot.
Now here's Rivers. Jimmy Butler unable to get his last shot to go. Rivers passes to Wilkins. Over Irving. And that one's good. Wilkins.
And it's always nice to get the easy look inside for your first points of the game.
And just about a minute into the first quarter. Gasol, a screen on Rivers. Here's Irving, and the layup falls.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
And that's not the type of defense you want to play, right? You've got to make it more difficult than that. Layups are too easy.
Now here's Rivers. Here's Willis. And Gasol sends it back. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Hawks will retain possession. Pass to Willis. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Just 5 on the clock. Rollins.
Boy, still not quite in rhythm. Just 1 for 4.
Good work defensively by Gasol. A look from Artest. Good, and the assist goes to Irving.
And defensively, this is a nightmare. He's already on a roll.
Greg, the defense better start to disrupt his rhythm, or it's going to be an awfully long night for them.
Now here's Wilkins. Now the pass to Willis. Gasol with the rebound.
No, they're simply having trouble getting their legs underneath them, right? They're just 1 for 5 to start things off.
Yep, that one goes.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Here's Wilkins. Jimmy Butler making his last shot. The 10-footer. There's the dish to Rivers. Pass to Willis. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Irving kicks to Aldridge. Back to Irving. Aldridge a screen. Artest on the wing. Defended by Wilkins. They grab their own miss. Artest dishes to Gasol. And finished off by Gasol.
I don't think the pass could be better placed. That's a great assist.
The Atlanta trails by 6. Up top, Rivers. He's covered by Irving. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it. The fast break chance. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
Bulls shooting their first free throws of the game. And it's a completely new group for Atlanta. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Lopez, he's checked in for Gasol. Anthony comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Ron Artest. And it's Brown in for Kyrie Irving. Now, here is Webb. Passes it to Livingston. Now, here is Webb. Rebounded by Anthony.
He does everything right except drain the shot.
Butler kicks to Brown. It's deflected, and he recovers it. And it's the Hawks' ball. 8-point game. Pass to Concat. Carr in the post, covered by Anthony. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. Atlanta shooting their first free throws of the game right now. First one falls for him. Porzingis is checked in for Jimmy Butler. Second free throw, no good. The Bulls leading by 7. And so the ball goes out of bounds. Lopez touched it last.
Well, he's obviously anticipating different movement there, and instead of an easy connection, the pass sails straight into the front row.
1:06 left in the first quarter of the game. Webb against Brown. Webb the pass to Johnson. Up top, Carr. Out to the right wing. Dishes it to Johnson. Here's Webb. Porzingis with the block. And it turns out it's going to be a foul. He was hoping for a clean block, but the officials felt otherwise. So we'll see some free throws here. Atlanta shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. 46 seconds left to play in the first. Webb against Brown. Screened by Porzingis. Now here's Crawford. Guarded closely. Here's Anthony. Rebound Atlanta. There's 21 seconds left in the first quarter. Porzingis with the block. And they'll keep possession. Webb against Crawford. 6 to shoot. Webb kicks to Johnson. That's short off the rim.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
Well, certainly a disappointing result, but they'll live with the shot. They'll take that every time.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Bulls lead by 5. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And guys, what's your take on the Bulls so far?
I think they play great.
Atlanta trails by 5. They've got Concat. Webb out there with Johnson. And there's Hastings. And it's Livingston in at the 3. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Hastings, the pass to Livingston. Here's Hastings. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Webb. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Webb's got the first basket of the second quarter for the Hawks. Porzingis with a screen on Webb. Here's Brown. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
Boy, the screen doing its job to perfection. One of the oldest plays in the book and still one of the best.
To the left side wing. Feeds to Webb. From 13. Hits the front of the rim and out. The Bulls leading by 5. The drive by Anthony. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
The pass to Livingston. Here's Concat. Covered by Anthony. Here's Concat. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. It's stolen by Anthony. It's Crawford on the wing. He's guarded by Johnson. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
And Atlanta calls their first timeout of the game.
It'll be interesting to see what coach draws up here.
Well, they need to stop this run, and a great timeout that hopefully gives his team some energy.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Wittman kicks to Rivers. Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Rivers has got his first basket of the night.
How about that move? You'll see very few players able to pull off. Just sensational stuff.
There's a good screen. Irving kicks to Artest. Cuts off the pass. Wittman passes to Rivers. That one falls.
Outstanding pass. He reads the play as it develops, and his lead pass is absolutely perfect.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. A free throw drops for Rivers. Chicago leading by 4. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Aldridge a screen. Here's Artest. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. That's 7 points for Ron Artest.
Well, that's not exactly the most solid screen you'll see, but it still works.
And that's how you want to use your fouls, not allowing him to get to the rim.
The Hawks have gone 4 for 5 from the charity stripe in this one up to now. And he can't get the first one.
2 shots.
Good on the second free throw. And here's Irving. Aldridge a screen. Here's Butler, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. Free throw, good Butler. And so Butler nails both of them. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Rivers kicks to Wilkins. Over Artest. That misses off the backboard.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
And that one's good, Irving.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Here's the screen. Here's Willis. Rebound by the Bulls.
Yeah, blown opportunity after the two-man game creates a terrific look.
Well, he simply misfired. You've got to capitalize when the screen opens up wide open shots like that.
And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
One shot.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Antoine Carr, he's checked in for Willis. Davis comes in for Wittman. And it's Brown in for Rivers. The screen from Brown. The kick out to Wilkins. The Hawks again can't hit. Chicago leading by 13. Here's Artest. But they'll get another chance. Outside Irving. Aldridge with a screen on Wilkins. Another shot. And Aldridge with the layup. Aldridge has got his first basket.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Outside, Davis. Kicks to Wilkins. Back to Davis. He feeds it to Wilkins. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. 4 on the shot clock. They need this. Finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
Oh, he is one hard player to deal with at the offensive end.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Wilkins against Butler. Right side Artest over Davis. Tries again. He takes it up and lays it in. Gasol's got his second bucket of the night.
He just punishes you on the backboard. I mean, it's pretty deflating for a team trailing big and still giving up second chance opportunities.
Yeah, I think he senses a team on the ropes, and he's looking to put them away. That killer instinct is shining through once again.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. Atlanta trails by 16. Checking out the group for Stan Van Gundy to start the second half. Artest is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then it's Marc Gasol. And it's Irving in at the 1. Here's Willis. LaMarcus Aldridge grabs the miss.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Irving kicks to Butler. Aldridge a screen. Here's Artest. From outside, off the mark.
Oh, great job on the closeout, providing a lot of good D on the perimeter.
Well, that's just superb effort on the defensive end. You don't allow the shooter to get into a rhythm from deep.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. For Atlanta, they have missed 2 free throws in the game, going 5 for 7. And Wittman drops them both. Chicago leading by 14. To the paint. And Aldridge slams it in.
And how about the excellent court vision, just keeping the defense off balance.
I'll tell you, Greg, his passing has been absolutely outstanding. He is threading the needle right now.
There's a screen by Willis. Wittman passes to Rivers. Here's Wilkins. Pass to Willis to the wing right side. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's foul number 2 for him. The Hawks making a switch here. Hastings checked in. So for the Bulls. Atlanta calls timeout.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
But, Greg, no resistance, right? They're allowing them to get any kind of shot they want close. That simply can't happen.
To the right side. Rivers passes to Wittman. Here's Hastings. Shoots a fader. It's rebounded by Porzingis. Lopez outside. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. Brown dishes to Lopez. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. And Wilkins gets it to go on the assist by Rivers. Wilkins has got 8 points. The Bulls leading by 14. Brown kicks to Anthony. Screen by Porzingis. The feed now to Lopez. Back to Anthony. Down low, stolen by Rivers. Wilkins with the ball. Anthony on him. Dominique Wilkins again. 10 points for him.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
The dish to Anthony. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Concax checked in for Willis. Livingston comes in for Dominique Wilkins. Webb's checked in for Wittman. And it's Johnson in for Rivers. Passes to Livingston. Fires the 3. That shot off the mark. Now Chicago takes it the other way.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Atlanta trails by 15. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Johnson kicks to Webb. They set the pick over Crawford. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Webb's got his second basket. Brown against Webb. Lopez a screen. Here's Anthony. And he uses the glass on the layup. Anthony's got 5 points now in the quarter. And Atlanta has possession. Down by 15. Johnson against Crawford. Pass to Webb. Shot clock at 6. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call.
and maybe pushing too hard at this point, getting a little desperate.
Yeah, it certainly looks like they're forcing it. They're trying to make quick, hard decisions instead of focusing on making the right play.
Atlanta making a switch here. Carr's checked in.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Webb kicks to Johnson. Carr sets a screen. Here's Livingston. Off target with his three. The Bulls leading by 17. Dishes it to Crawford. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Johnson outside. Now the pass to Carr. There's the pick. He kicks to Webb. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Here's Carr. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Anthony in the corner. Off target from three-point range. Here's Livingston. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. He dishes it to Webb. That will count. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's Chicago with a 19-point advantage heading into the next quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Chicago leading by 19 points. We've got Webb. Carr is out there with Davis. Then there's Brown, and it's Rollins in at the 5 spot. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. There's the screen. Artest.
Spud Webb. That's his first personal foul.
That's good from Artest. Atlanta making some changes. Willis comes in for Carr, and it's Wittman in for Spud Webb. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Irving against Brown. Outside, Davis. Feeds to Brown. Shot clock at 5. Willis with a screen on Irving. There's Brown with the 3. Chicago grabs the miss. Gasol's got 5 rebounds tonight. Artest left side. Puts up a 3. Wittman grabs the miss. The Atlanta trails by 21. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Kicks it to Brown. Davis against Artest. Pass to Brown. There's a good screen. From deep. LaMarcus Aldridge grabs the miss. Aldridge has got 3 rebounds now in this one. And it's Artest missing.
Well, obviously it's been an off night for him offensively, but give his teammates credit. They've bailed him out. He's still got time to turn it around.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his 3rd foul of the game. The Atlanta making some changes. Dominique Wilkins, he's checked in for Davis. And it's Rivers in for Brown. Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
Yeah, it looked like they tried to shoot their way out of the slump, and that didn't work. They got to go back and regroup.
Yeah, maybe a new approach, because what they're doing is not working. You're going to have to alter some things on the offensive end.
Atlanta again missing. Chicago leading by 21. Now the feed to Butler. Takes the 3. And the Bulls with another miss.
Boy, all sorts of space around him. If he can't hit those, the defense not going to worry too much about him.
The dish to Rivers. To the left side wing. 17-foot shot on the way. Willis, no good.
I'll tell you, he's had a tough night. And if you're going to shake out of a slump, he is not going to do it with those kinds of shots.
Aldridge a screen. Aldridge with a screen on Wittman. Here's Artest. That doesn't go either for Artest. The Atlanta trails by 21. That's tipped. Butler with the steal. In transition, here come the Bulls. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Hawks. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Rivers passes to Willis, and it's Willis finishing it off.
And buckets like that have been hard to come by. Not the most exciting game. Both sides look way off in terms of their shooting.
Well, you have to appreciate the defensive battle for sure. Both squads struggling on the offensive end. We call this grit and grind.
Artest dishes to Aldridge. 5 to shoot. Here's Butler. It's deflected, and there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Chicago making a switch here. Crawford's checked in. A minute 50 left to play in the final quarter. Passes it to Willis. Over to the wing. Wittman kicks to Rivers, and Irving comes to help. Willis down low. Aldridge on him, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Really nice job inside that time. The defense unable to react quick enough to stop him. Boy, he is fast.
Gasol a screen. Irving passes to Artest. There's a screen. He feeds it to Gasol. Back to Artest. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. So it's both teams making substitutions here. 1:12 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Brown. Look at that jam.
Wow, get out of the way.
And get a load of that move. We don't get to see plays like that very often.
No, we don't. Sailing in off the baseline for the reverse stuff. And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Excellent work by the talented people in our production truck as well. And 1:01 left in the fourth. It's Davis on the wing. The Hawks working the ball around. 6 on the shot clock. Carr with a screen on Brown. Shot off the pick. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
And guys, you got to ask, where was this effort when it mattered? The game's over now.
Right. Frustrating for sure, Greg. I don't think they'll be able to mount a comeback at this point.
And you love the effort. Just getting the hand in there and knocking it out.
You love that they're making their presence felt on the defensive end. You can't afford to be careless with this team.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And the first one at the line is good. Mario Hezonja's checked in for Chicago. And Brown drops them both. And the Hawks with possession here. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. They set the pick, and the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And had the right idea there in calling for the screen, but he was just slow to get to the spot and didn't get set.
Yeah, just a matter of he needs to be there a split second earlier. Not much room for error when you're setting a screen.
Look at that.
Oh.
And this is how you close out a game, not taking any chances.
Well, you can't have any room for error late in a game like this, so they put the finishing touches in style. I love how they closed.
Outside, Davis. Here's Carr. And the shot no good, a bit short. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the match. matchup is you never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony.